Hello, fellow nerds. Welcome back. Last time we were talking about finding the domain of a function. Today we'll focus on finding the inverse of a function. What do we mean when we say inverse? So inverse is just simply the opposite of a function, the opposite of a certain function, or rather the reverse of a function. What do I mean? We'll do the following example on how you can find the inverse of a function. So we'll start with A. Okay. Okay. So when we have g of x equals to x plus 9 over 5. What do we do when we are told to find the inverse of a function? So first of all, we know that this g of x, we can let g of x is equals to y. Then we'll say y is equals to x plus 9 over 5. So what we do after that, we have to make x the subject of the formula. So how do I make x the subject of the formula? So it's quite simple. Pretty sure everybody knows that. So we'll say we'll cross multiply there. We'll have 5y is equals to x plus 9, and our x is going to be 5y. So 5y minus 9. So that's our x. So when you reach here, you interchange x and y. So we're going to have y is equals to 5x minus 9. So what I just did is interchange x and y. So where we had x, we put y, and where we had y, we put x. Okay, and then from here, you now, this y, our y is going to be, you now bring back that. So once you do this, then you can even say x, or g of x. So this is now the inverse. So you say 5x minus 9, and you found the inverse of this. Okay, we move on to B. We'll do all these for examples so that the concept can sink into our cerebral cortex. Okay, move on to B. G of x is equals to cube root of x minus 1. Cube root of x minus 1. As usual, let g of x is equals to y. So you can let it to any letter, you are at liberty to do that, but I just find y to be interesting. Where there is x, I find y to be interesting. So you can let it to y, then y, that you make x the subject of the formula. So how do you do that? So you, that to the power 3, and that to the power 3. So the cube root and the power will cancel. We'll have y to the power 3 is equals to x minus 1. And our x is going to be y to the power 3 plus 1. You interchange. you interchange that. So you're going to have y is equals to x to the power 3 plus 1, and therefore our g of x, whether our inverse of that is x to the power 3 plus 1. Okay, simple. We move on to C. We have f of x. F of x is equals to x minus 3 over 2. F of x is equals to x minus 3 over 2. Yes, over 2. Okay, simple. Let f of x equals to x minus 3 over 2. Okay, you go and you make x the subject of the formula x. So now your pros, you can write it. You know the steps of doing this. So you interchange. Then y equals to 2x plus 3. Therefore, f of x, inverse of that, is equals to 2x plus 3. Okay, move on to our last example. Is f of x is equals to 1 over x minus 1. So f of x is equals to 1 over x minus 1. Let f of x is equals to y. Okay, y is equals to 1 over x minus 1. What we have x, y minus y is equals to 1. Okay, what's the point here? We want to make x the subject of the formula. So we're going to have x, y is equals to 1 plus y over y. Okay, that will go. So we'll have x equals to 1 plus y over y. So there you interchange x and y. So when you interchange, you're going to have y is equals to 1 plus x over x. Okay, therefore our inverse of that function is 1 plus x over x. So that's how you find the inverse. As simple as that. Simple. So there's a way of proving if a certain function is the inverse of this. So there's a way of proving that this is the inverse of this function. So there's a way of proving that, and we're going to discuss that in the next video. You might find a question saying prove that this function is the inverse of this function, or rather this function is the inverse of that. My question can just be that prove that the following function are inverse of each other. So there's a way of proving that, and we're going to cover that in the next video. Thank you for watching up to this end.